I guess. I think the thing for me is, we talked a little bit about this in the Jake Ryan portion, which, hey, if you're tuning in now and you weren't earlier, make sure to check out the first 2 hours of the show on YouTube where we talked to Jake Ryan. But if you're a character that can use your level 2 very effectively, I think if you can do that and also ensure that you maintain some degree of momentum, then you are in a really good spot to be able to have a higher on average turnaround for some of your errant stuff. I'm thinking of like Chun-Li Super 2, where you can get, I've gotten 3 Super 2s in a round.
Damn.
And like all of them lead to safe jumps, and then you can just go back to neutral. If you can get a better knockdown situation for yourself and still get the damage from the level 2, unless the level 2 is going to kill, my instinct would say to play towards stability. But then again, I am a different player than Crossover or ARMA-X. ARMA having taken that first round where I went on that not unnecessarily long tangent.
Yeah, something unnecessary was definitely those up kicks right there. Thinking he was going to be able to, find the gap in that. And yeah, the feints right here, very, very crucial in the corner. But the up kick's definitely going to do its job right there. Get him out of the corner and bypassing the fireball to get the level 2. And as we were literally talking about how we haven't seen it represented yet, the cancels into getting more damage, and we see it right here, the level 2 into the cancel, into a combo conversion, into the level 1. Man, ARMA-X doing the damn thing right there. Oh my goodness, the combos are crazy.
I'm starting to suspect that some of our players still have the stream on the side, because there's been a couple of things now that we've mentioned, and then immediately something seems to happen in response to it on the screen. Crossover having a much stronger start here in this first round of game 2, an awful lot of control, and off of that drive rush, we are able to secure that perfect KO for the first round. A strong answer back there from Crossover.
Yep, all games done quick. Fireball definitely going to do his job right there. Machine gun upper, a casual 30%, not that big of a deal. And a wise jump out right there from ARMA, just not to hold the DJ pressure in the corner.
Okay, we're just repping some low. All right, going for the roundhouse version of Sobak kick, keeps them standing. Wow, Crossover is actually calling out ARMA for not blocking their toes. Where is it again? Oh, goes for the backsway this time, but OD up kicks instead. ARMA gets jumped in on, thinking they had a little bit more respect out of Crossover than they did. And wow, Crossover bullied the absolute hell out of ARMA's toes for that game.
Yeah, and literally, I didn't think that jumping medium had enough distance, but here we are. And yeah, he tried to stop right in front of the up kicks, but not going to be able to find it right there. And ARMA-X, here we go. A little bit more bypass and fireball tools right here. So ARMA-X able to push him into the corner.
Oh my god!
Oh, yo, that feint into Just Cool was crazy. That was sick.
I have never seen that.
Here we go, electing to wait right here. Trying to back up, knows that DJ definitely a damage dealing machine right here, and a burnout. Not really good move, but calling out the drive rush, fighting back the fireballs. That's not hitting meaty. Here we go.
No!
Oh no! Calling out the drive rush behind the fireball right there is Crossover, and here we go.
ARMA keeps thinking, like, every time the game slows down, I feel like ARMA is misreading the situation and thinks it's slower than it actually is. Crossover is not going below, like... Crossover's barely getting to second gear. They're kissing second. They want this in third or fourth gear. ARMA keeps thinking they're going for a leisurely stroll. It's not going to happen. Level 3 comes out here for Crossover, going to put ARMA in burnout, and I will bet you that aggression is going to stay. Yup, DR in, finds the up kicks. That is enough to secure it. 2 games up to 1 here for Crossover.
Yeah, Crossover really taking advantage of ARMA being aggressive, as opposed to Crossover being aggressive themselves. All right, and now he's got him really thinking about it, just being pensive. He's like, man, I really don't want to risk anything major here. The machine gun upper not going to hit for that casual 40%, but still a significant deficit right here for ARMA-X.
Yeah, ARMA trying to navigate. You can see that the fact that they've misread how slow the game is, they're slowing themselves down even further. Okay, pick up with the DR and a jab. Nice call out from Crossover, finally recognizing, I'm sorry, of Crossover. No! Why would you go for a standing reset? I was just giving you credit for checking the up kicks.
Here we go. Burnout definitely approaching for both characters, and for ARMA-X it's here, but the whiff DI and the chip damage going to take it for the fireballs. ARMA-X going to be able to take that round right there off the chip.
Okay, here's fireballs and a neutral jump come out. Okay, Crossover didn't believe in the falling limb enough, but Arma's been really committal and commits way too much into that DI. They're super on the back foot now, less than 1 bar of drive gauge, so Crossover feels super comfortable being the aggressor because you know Arma doesn't want to block, and off of this lockdown, Crossover is definitely going to get the better of it. Perfect KO on the autocorrect regular up kicks even, and it is set point now for Crossover.
Crossover finally getting ARMA-X where they wanted, like in burnout inside the corner and literally like not a leg to stand on. But here we go, ARMA-X trying to fight back, trying to shimmy. Nothing going to be found right here. The fireball game being represented full screen and fighting back, fireball for fireball. Arma has, oh my goodness.
That is massive. Arma in a decent spot, having poked their way out now with that level 3. Crossover's going to be very nearly burnt out, but I gotta tell you, I don't expect the Crossover's going to be all that worried. Wake up, parry pump, puts themselves in burnout. I take it all back. You should have been more worried.
Here we go. Now you got to hold this fireball pressure and be really, really careful. The plus frames on their side, and Arma is going to be able to get the DI into the wall splat. Going to be able to go into another game, the final game, 2-2 between these guys.
Jeez, how is this one gonna turn out? It feels like, I can't help but feel like Arma just kind of threaded the needle on that one. It feels like Crossover is still dictating the pace. Wow, even getting the better of the second drive rush in that interaction. Huge life lead despite a slight drive gauge differential, but if Crossover finds counter DI, Arma's done.
Yes. The Crossover has just like like really this entire set has been like, okay, what DJ is going to dictate the pace of the game first, and it's literally been just, you know, kind of a seesaw between these two of like, you know, being aggressive. And now once again, ARMA-X into the corner with the DI. Just cool. I don't think you have level 2.
No, you just barely didn't. I think we were out of juggle points, but great control. Crouching strong buffer brings that round out for Arma, and it is set point.
Both of them shining green.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they thought like an up kick was on the way, and they decided to opt out, but they did jump back. So I don't know the defense of that exactly, but still, here we go. Gonna be able to get the perfect parry right here in the throw into the corner. Crossover at a big deficit at the moment.
Oh no. Okay. Sorry, the
go
spectator
ahead.
client had a little bit of lag. I got worried for a second,
Yeah.
but no, we do have the level 3 cash out here for Crossover. Critically gonna even up the life decently well, give them the drive gauge advantage, and you still have enough time in this round to earn a meaningful amount of bar back if you survive it. Oh god.
Here we go.
Arma's
just keeping them into the corner right here and just waiting for the right moment to DI and get this level 3 Arma. Oh my goodness. Going to be able to take this game 5 to get into losers finals.
I'm going to call out here on this playback. The second Crossover ended up in burnout, that was the scary spot, because what that meant was, because the level 3 had been committed to even up the life, Crossover had absolutely nothing to stop checkmate once Arma had sufficient frame advantage for the DI. It was just done. And everything up until that point, once Crossover was burnt out and in the corner, the rest of the game was a formality. There wasn't a play that Crossover could make outside